What is going on, guys? Send me one more from send me one views now. If you haven't followed me on my channel for the past week or so, you guys know that I've been saying that me and my good friend FilmFan0599 have been planning on reviewing all four of the Uncharted games. As you know, I've been recently playing all the Uncharted games for the past week and a half. And I've been really addicted to these games, so I figured why not review them? Why not? So I will be reviewing, I'll be reviewing my good friend FilmFan0599 because he's a huge, and I mean huge fan of these games. Like, wow, he is a damn huge fan of these games. So, and when I said I was going to review them, it's like, I say, hey, I want to review them with you, so why not? So me and my good friend FilmFan09 will be reviewing all four of the Uncharted games. And finally started with the first review of Uncharted Drake's Fortune. My friend tonight is going to be going to be giving his thoughts first, and I'm going to give my thoughts on Uncharted Drake's Fortune. So, FilmFan09, give us your thoughts.
Hey, what's up, you guys? FilmFan0599 here again, and thank you to Mr. Samuel OneWorld for having me on to review Uncharted Drake's Fortune. And yes, we're going to be doing all the other Uncharted games as well. This is a real honor for me because if most of you know, I'm a little bit of obsessive with this franchise. This is my favorite video game franchise of all time. So getting to talk about all these games with my good friend Samuel will be really enjoyable. So let's talk about the first game, Uncharted Drake's Fortune. So, what did I think of Uncharted Drake's Fortune? I do think this is a very solid installment. I will admit I don't love this one. This one I don't obsessively love. But I do think it is a very solid installment into the franchise. I think it's a very good game. I do enjoy whenever when I played it for the first time or whenever I replay it, I still enjoy it as much as I did before. So yeah, let's get into my positives. What do I like about this game? Well, let's get into what I like about this game firsthand. The voice acting. The voice acting was great. You of course got the legendary, Nolan North playing Nathan Drake, and he does such a fantastic job as Nathan Drake. He really does. This is his best voice work performance. It's his best character he's ever done, and I just love him as this character. There's a reason why Nathan Drake is my favorite video game character of all time, and it's mainly due to Nolan North's performance as this character. And just Nathan Drake is such a likable character. He really is. He's like a smart ass, and he doesn't take no nonsense from anybody. He's just overall just a cool guy. He's just like a cool, laid back dude that just wants to hunt for treasure, and he's awesome. I absolutely love him, and he is without question my favorite video game character of all time. I love Nathan Drake so much. He's such a cool character. I love him, and Nolan North does such a fantastic job playing Nathan Drake. Emily Rose as Elena, she was fantastic as well. I enjoy her in this game as well. She does such a great job. She's my second favorite Uncharted character. I absolutely love Elena. Elena is so great. I love her in this series, and Emily Rose just such a fantastic job playing Elena. The guy that plays Sully, I so apologize. I always forget the dude's name, but he's so great as Sully. I love him in this game. He just does such a great job playing this character. He really is. He does such a fantastic job. So yeah, the voice acting is really great. The graphics are really great as well. Very nice looking. Still holds up pretty well to this day. Honestly, I do think the graphics are very solid, very nice. The atmosphere is really good with the game. Gameplay is fantastic. I love the gameplay with this game. It's just so fantastic. Shooting mechanics are really solid. I do think the shooting mechanics are really solid with this one. The fighting mechanics are pretty good too. So yeah, overall the gameplay is really nice and really solid with this game. I love the interaction with all the characters in the game. I love Drake's interaction with Elena. That's great. They're back and forth. That's probably my favorite thing in terms of character interactions in the entire series, is the interaction between Nate and Elena. I absolutely love their interaction with each other, and the interaction between Nate and Sully is great as well. I love that kind of like that father-son vibe that they have with them, and it's great. It's really fantastic, and I really love that about this game, and you know the characters do have some really great chemistry with each other. The writing's great with the series. I love the writing with this game. It's so fantastic. It's so well written. Like, just some of the one-liners that these characters say are so fantastic. I absolutely love the writing with this game. So fantastic and so brilliant. Um, and yeah, the game moves at a pretty nice natural pace too. Like, there was never a time I was bored with the game, really. Like, it just kept going and going and going. And yeah, I was never bored with it. Now, I do have some problems with the original game, and my problems are, first being, I do think the gameplay could be a little bit jumbled and a little bit repetitive at some points. I will admit that the game does feel like a little bit jumbled and a little bit repetitive with some of the gameplay at times. So yeah, like sometimes the gameplay can feel a little bit jumbled and a little bit repetitive, but just sometimes do it in the game. Um, the villains, I will admit, these are the weakest villains, by far the weakest villains in the entire series. Like, I'm not a big fan of Eddie, really. I think he was kind of just an over-the-top villain. The other two guys, really, like, it's just like whatever. They were hardly developed, and they were just thrown in for the sake, like they were just thrown in for villains for the sake of being villains. They weren't really that well developed, but trust me, the villains get way better with 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, but yeah, in this first game, the villains are not really that great. And lastly, there's one thing that I truly can't stand about this game, and it's the jet ski missions. The jet ski missions are absolute garbage. They are awful, because the biggest problem with the jet ski missions are the stinking controls with this jet ski. They are terrible. It's by far the worst missions out of any of the Uncharted games. Like, the jet ski is just terrible. Like, I couldn't get up a river it took me 15 minutes to get up a waterfall river type thing. Like, seriously, the jet ski controls are so terrible, and that's probably the thing I hate the most about this game. So yeah. But besides that, I do think this is a really solid and really enjoyable game. Like, a very enjoyable, solid first installment in the Uncharted series. And I really enjoyed it. So yeah. So it's time for my official grade on Uncharted Drake's Fortune, and my official grade on Uncharted Drake's Fortune is a solid B+. It's a very enjoyable game. It's a nice, solid installment into the Uncharted franchise, and yeah, definitely put the series in a nice go put it into a nice go, and, you know, gave us, and then from then on, we'll talk about those when we get to those. But yeah, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, I think it's a very solid game, very enjoyable, definitely deserves a B+. So, what did you guys think of Uncharted Drake's Fortune? Leave in the comment section below. And I would like to thank my good friend Samuel One World for having me on for his Uncharted Drake's Fortune review. And we'll see you all later. Peace.
Okay, thank you FilmFan0599 for your thoughts on this game. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and we'll be being all the other Uncharted games, but also Dark Knight as well. So let's start with my thoughts on Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which is the first game in the franchise. It was released around 2007, which was almost 10 years ago. So it's pretty almost 10 years since Uncharted was released. And it's done by the developers Naughty Dog, who you know from the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, The Last of Us, and the Jack Nasty games. Still needs a team playing Last of Us, and I still play Crash Bandicoot games, but I love Jack Nasty games. You guys know I love those games to death. And basically what this game is about, this game involves the protagonist and treasure hunter, Nathan Drake. And Drake, who's just the descendant of the explorer, Sir Francis Drake. And it's like, as he's in playing, he tries to seek the lost treasure of El Dorado with the help of his good and my mentor, Victor Sullivan, and journalist and future love interest, Elena Fisher. That's basically the story of this game. Yeah, nice. I actually wanted to get into Uncharted games for a very long time. I'm going to, but when the fourth one ended up coming on my PS3, my brother decided to give me the collection, and I basically been playing them all for a week and a half. I basically beat them all in 1 week. I'm serious, I beat them all in 1 week. But I still enjoyed it, and I still kept it in. And for this game, I say it's a very solid game. It's a really well done game. I wouldn't say it's my favorite franchise, but honestly, this is actually my least favorite of the franchise. But this game is still, as I said, a very great and solid game. Let's start off with the voice acting and the characters. Most of them are great and hilarious, and they become much better later on in the games. Like, you see here there's a lag and very interesting. Like, of course, you got the main person, Nathan Drake, voiced by the one and only Nolan North, who has done a lot of other voice acting, and pretty much famous for voice acting in video games. This is a character that you really love from the very beginning. Sure, he's a little bit cocky and all that stuff, but you still like the character. He's a character. He's one of those people that really does aim to get what he wants. No one wants to get the job done. They're not in the one-liners and the sayings he says and how the character is. It makes you really care about him. It's like even though he may have the best reasons or whatever, you still care about the character. You still really like Nathan Drake. And you still really like Nathan Drake. And basically, I love Nathan Drake since the very first scene. Since the very first scene, I love the character. And I love them away even so much more than games. But we'll get into that when we talk about the other games. But Nathan Drake is a fantastic character that is very well developed, very well handled, and a character that you like from the very beginning. And he's definitely one of the best video game characters ever put in video games. And then you also got the journalist Fisher, played by Emily Rose. She also been up as well. Ava is also a character you care about from the very beginning. You also got Victor Sullivan, played by Richard McGolden. Sorry if I'm not the name wrong. He was also great as well. These are characters that you really love from the beginning, and their banter with each other is not only a little bit horrible at times, but very hilarious. I know so with Sully. Like, man, the guy really is hilarious, and he gets definitely a ton more hilarious as the games go on. But he's still definitely hilarious here. And Nathan Drake do form kind of have a romantic time between each other in this game. And they kind of feel they actually do like each other. And they do. And more relationship is more explored in the other games. But the basically trying to relationship was a very good relationship, and a relationship that you do care about, and you want them to be together. Now, how's the gameplay in this game? Because the one thing you need to get from the game is some great and fun gameplay. And is it fun? Is it engaging? Is it a really great fun? Absolutely. Absolutely. The gameplay is absolutely entertaining. I'm taking from the impressive platforming with basically climbing, from the gun sequences to the fight scenes, to the shootout scenes, to the scenes, basically, and to the very tense scenes. It is absolutely fun and entertaining. And a couple times it actually left me on the edge of my seat playing. I think most of when you see these monster characters, which I won't get too much into, and I was like, whoa! The game was absolutely very fun and engaging, and I was very famous on the finish. There wasn't one moment where I wasn't bored or whatever. But when I want moments. And the movie's also amazing. It also has incredible and amazing graphics as well. It's basically on 10 standpoint, this is a solid A+. I give that because it is amazing and outstanding. And graphics are tough. And the graphics gets better and better as the games go on. But get into it when I talk about those. But the graphics are absolutely amazing. Yeah, amazing. This movie had me a little bit tense. And also had me laughing so hard. Like I said, with the interactions with the characters. It had me laughing so much. So much. And the lot of series also looked very amazing as well. The musical score is also very impressive as well. As well, the writing is excellent. This is the best writing I've seen in a video game. A game with the one-liners they use and is wow. This is and the writing gets better and better as the series goes on. Again, it goes to our games that later. But yeah, the writing is excellent and very well done. This movie goes on a very steady pace. and I wasn't feeling bored. And I actually really like the vehicle sections and the jet ski missions. A lot of people also don't really like these sections, honestly. And I can understand why, but personally for me, I didn't really have a problem with the vehicle sections and the jet ski sections, which is again something that people have a problem with. Personally, I didn't really have a problem with them at all, honestly. I really didn't actually. They were actually pretty fun and well done sequences. And the story is something that you're really engaged to from start to finish. One of the best things I can say about this game is all the stories. It's more than not the most original stories. Those stories that still keep you engaged and keep you invested from the very beginning. And this one definitely kept me invested from the very beginning, without question. And also the final showdown was also very great as well. But it had a very good ending to the story. But it does leave a lot open for the sequels. Let's say the theme was really a ton of fun to play. But as much as I had a blast with this game, and much I think it's a solid game, I can't deny there was still a few slight issues I had with this game. I have a few. First, I'm gonna bring this game, but for me, it took me a while to get used to mechanics because I'm not really used to this type of game style. But it kind of took me a while to get used to the platformings and the shootings and how you use the control and all that. It did take me a while to get used to it. There were a few times where I was like, oh, really? And I'll talk about a little more on that later. And also, I did care about most characters, but the villains. I don't say the villains are the. I'll say the villains. Definitely the weakest villains in the franchise. Some of the weakest villains I've seen in the video games I've played. The villains get a ton better later on. Again, we'll get into that when we talk about the other games. But the villains in this game, I didn't really care about. They were just. I never really cared about them. They were just not threatening. They didn't pose any impingement, and plus they were very fully developed. And two of the villains were being just thrown in there at the last second. So you don't get anything involved in what they're doing, and you just don't really care about them. You don't really care about them, and they're not threatening or anything. And also, the difficulty can be a nuisance at times. Like I did recently, started playing this on the crushing difficulty, and a friend told me that crushing difficulty will definitely push you to your limits. I'm saying the difficulty didn't push limits, but even on the normal mode, which I first played it on, I was still having a hard time with this. I mean, the games are hard. HUGE games are hard, but this is probably the hardest, and it definitely had me kind of at times. Difficulty is not a problem, but just not when you make it too difficult. And it was too difficult at some sections in the game, just some sections, but don't say that's the only fault issues I have for this game. So overall, Uncharted Drake's Fortune is a very solid first game in the franchise. It was a good opener for a great franchise to begin. And despite those issues I mentioned, I still had a ton of fun in this game. I still really cared about the main characters. It was freaking fun and the platforming, fighting, gameplay, even the vehicle sections just also had me laughing so much. It was a lot and ton of fun. And also technically amazing, especially with the graphics and the sceneries and all that. Well, I still had a great time and a blast playing the first Uncharted game. And for me, that's my least favorite in the franchise, but that doesn't mean I still love. I don't say I love this game, personally. No, I'm saying I really dug this game. Again, I still definitely will keep playing this game. I just won't call it my favorite in the franchise. So that said, I'm gonna give Uncharted Drake's Fortune a 4 out of 5. Yeah, that's the range I'm using for ratings, by the way. Well, guys, that is me at FilmFan0599's review of Uncharted's Fortune. Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Again, down below if you played it. And stay tuned, still have a lot more videos planned. Again, we will still be tuning the Uncharted games. Our review for the second game will be up probably at the most Friday. And the third game will be up this weekend. And the fourth game will be up and I feel the fourth game and the Dark Knight will be up by next week. I hope you enjoy the video, and be sure to subscribe to FilmFan0599's channel. He's a great person and a great friend of mine, and he's a great YouTuber. Be sure to check him out. Be sure to give him 400 subscribers for his birthday. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Letterboxd. I am Cinnamon World from Cinnamon World Reviews. I'll see you guys next time. And stay cool, everybody. Peace.